Hey y'all, Tennno here with a review of the Zhuge. The Zhuge is our second crossbow added to our arsenals, the first being the Attica. And just like the Attica, it is a Mastery Rank 0 weapon. But instead of being accessible through clan research, it is located in the marketplace for 20,000 credits. For its crafting requirements, it requires cryotic, polymer bundles, 2 nitanes, and 2 more argon crystals. Stats wise, the Zhuge has a base damage of 100, dealing primarily in puncture. It also has a crit chance of 20% and a multiplier of 2 times damage. So compared to the Attica, it has a lower base damage but a higher crit multiplier. But for status chance, the Zhuge has a significantly higher status chance at 35%. It also has a faster fire rate at 4.17 per second, a larger magazine size at 20 rounds, and a faster reload time at 2.5 seconds. But it is worth noting that, just like the Attica, the Zhuge does have a significant first shot recoil, but it seems to be that it spreads out more horizontally and shake the camera more than the Attica when going full auto. This is most likely due to its faster fire rate. So stat-wise, the weapon hits for less, 50% of the time if you're running a crit build, along with a noticeable camera shake when firing, but you do get all the upgrades to all its other departments. Being a crossbow, the Zhuge is considered a bow for modding and sorties, so mods such as Shred and Speed Trigger give you ×2 the bonus, along with the option to modding Thunderbolt to the weapon. But as for ammunition, the Zhuge uses rifle ammo, so just like the Attica, it has amazing ammo efficiency. While most rifles tend to shoot faster with lower base damage, the Zhuge shoots slower but has a higher base damage per shot. But arrows do have travel time and drop, which is only really noticeable at further distances. The weapon can also hit 93% status chance with 2 status mods, making it decent at spreading status effects. But being a puncture weapon, the weapon does have a higher chance to proc puncture. Puncture reduces the enemy damage dealt by 30%, which really doesn't help in most situations when fully modded out. You are more likely to kill anything that it would be effective on. Once the damage of the weapon does start to fall off, the enemies tend to hit too hard if you're using low to medium armored Warframes, even with a 30% damage reduction. But having a higher status chance, the weapon is able to scale slightly better than the Attica while playing solo due to corrosive procs. And even without its status procs, the damage of the Zhuge does really well, and I feel confident using it until the level 70 mark, which is very impressive for a Mastery Rank 0 weapon. As to how I mod the Zhuge, my first build is my primary build. I use only one status mod because, as I mentioned, I'm not a fan of puncture status weapon. Plus the bow doesn't crit 50% of the time, you want to have as much damage as you can. My second build is a for fun build. It's for level 30 or lower missions. As usual, mod as you like. This is just how I like to mod. So is the Zhuge worth it? Being very similar to the Attica, I would have to say yes it is. A newer player who may not enjoy bows but requires a bow type weapon for sorties, or is just looking for a weapon that will last them until they are able to pick up high tiered weapons such as the Syndicate weapons, the weapon is definitely a recommended choice along with the Attica. The Zhuge just adds an easier alternative to the Attica as it does not require Forma and a clan that has it researched. Its stats, on paper, are just as powerful if not better than the Attica. And while I do enjoy the Zhuge and how more close its design is to the lever-operated Zhuge Nu, the fast fire rate to me is actually annoying, as I tend to prefer tap firing when it comes to crossbows. But when it comes to the fun crossbow explosion build, I definitely prefer the Zhuge because of the higher fire rate and status chance. If you don't have either of the crossbows, I definitely recommend you try one out. They may not be the best weapons in the market, but they are extremely ammo efficient and can be surprisingly strong. If you already have the Attica, the Zhuge isn't necessarily better. As mentioned, I prefer the Attica myself, so if you're conserving weapon slots, it may be worth skipping this weapon. As always, thank you for watching and be sure to have a good one.